Hello everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Splinter Cell Chaos Theory Map Tours. It's been a little while since I've done a map tour, but today we're going to be jumping into Enhanced Cinema, which is sort of a revised version of the original Cinema map, which was ported over from Pandora Tomorrow. So let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, so the spies spawn in this little back area, in the back of the theater. Let's go ahead and pull up the tactical information like we always do. So, seeing as how this is a custom version of the map, it does not actually have a map to look at, but it does show the areas in the map here. So, we have the projection room, which is essentially the theater. We have the lobby, and then we have the entry, which is subdivided into the cafe and the video games area. So those are kind of your main areas of this map. It is a pretty symmetrical map, pretty simple map, but there are some, little intricacies of it. So let's go ahead and get into it here. So when you first come out of the spy spawn, you're going to have a couple options. There's one vent over here and then one vent on the other side. Both of those are going to take you into the theater. There's also another pole which takes you up into the top of the theater, but we'll come back to that later. Just want to go through the main areas first like we always do. Once you're in here, this is the main theater area. It's got that kind of iconic voiceover going. And pretty much just a spy spawn area, not really any objectives or anything in here. As you can see, there are two main entrances over here to the lobby. So let's just go ahead and take the first floor lobby entrance. And this is going to bring us into kind of the main map here, coming through this hallway. So here's our first objective, which is the Lobby 1 objective. It is a computer hack objective. So these are 12-second hacks for these computer terminals. This is a two-tiered map, so there's an upstairs and a downstairs. Let's go ahead and just check out the upstairs really quick while we're up here. So if we come around, this is the Lobby 2 objective. So second floor lobby, same hack time and everything like that. 12-second hacks. So those are your first two objectives. As you notice, I am being detected by motion detectors. There are a lot of motion detectors in this map. I'll try to point them out as I go. You are able to get past these by slow walking. So if you do this super slow walk or move with your gun out slow walking, that will, as you can see, it's not tripping the motion detectors. So that is one way you can bypass these detectors without tripping the alarms. So you got two up here. And then we also have a couple down here. So you got one over there, and then we have the last one over here. So you got kind of just like a box of motion detectors. So you do have to be careful of those. But let's go ahead and make our way to the back. So getting to the back, there are these Merc doors. There's some on both sides. So there's double doors over here, and there's double doors on the other side. Same thing for upstairs. There's some right above these ones and right above the other ones. And the spies do have to hack these doors open if they want to use these doors. Using these doors is a bit riskier as the spy because you are going to have the hacking prompt pop up on the Mercs HUD. And then when you open the door, it's going to make that sound. So it's pretty much going to reveal your position. So use these doors carefully. They can be faster if you're using them right or if you have your partner giving you cover. But if you're trying to be sneaky, it's not necessarily the best way to go. Now that we're back here, we are in the video games area, which, this is called, the entrance back here because it's kind of like the, front of the building, as it were. Right here it even says entry, but this is the video games section of the entryway. There is the objective back here, by the way, so this is another, 12-second hack on this video games objective. And then if you come over this way, there's a little connecting hall which leads to the other main area of this, kind of back area, which is the cafe. Cafe, again, has a computer terminal, another 12-second hack on that. And this is sort of the other main area. If you come all the way to the back here, there is this connecting hallway. There is ammo for the Mercs back here, as well as a med kit was added for the enhanced version. And this just connects you right back to video games. So there's that kind of, up front connecting hallway, and then there's this back connecting hallway for cafe and video games. So a couple ways to get between them. If you come up these stairs here, this will lead you to the last objective here, which is a disc objective. It's kind of right in between the cafe and the video games, as you can see, cafe, video games, just right in the middle. And you have to bring this to the front. So there's 2 capture points. There's a first floor and a second floor capture point in the lobby for this disc. So you do have to bring it back to the lobby. Let's go ahead and swing our way back around to the lobby. And again, here's those double doors. There's some on either side, and you do have to hack them open as the spy. And let's make our way to the capture point. So first capture point is just going to be right here in the middle of the second floor. So this is your first capture point for the disc. And then the second one is going to be down by the lobby 1 objective. So if we swing our way around here, here's the capture point right over here by this medkit, which there is medkit here right next to the lobby 1 objective. So that is kind of the main layout of this map. Again, pretty symmetrical. It's essentially just a giant box divided into sections. But now let's go ahead and get into some of the vents, poles, things like that. So we're going to go all the way back to the spy spawn. And let's go ahead and take the other way out of the spy spawn here, so we can just see all the routes. So again, this is the room that you spawn in right here. That's the left route that we just came up through, and then that's the right one. Now we also have this pole. This is going to get us up into the ceiling of the theater. So, a lot of people complain about the spawn on this map because there's just those 2 vents on the bottom, and then there's this ceiling, though, which is going to give you a little bit of extra versatility getting out of the spawn. So you are able to come up here. This is sometimes the safer way to go, coming out of the spawn, if the mercs are, especially if mercs are pushing theater, which there are certainly mercs who are going to push the spawn and try to kind of, essentially spawn trap you. But you can use this theater ceiling to get up in here. Using your night vision like I am right now will get you revealed on EMF. They can see you through the ceiling, and you even leave these little footprints, as you can see. So, you're still detectable up here unless you are slow moving and turning your night vision off to make sure that you're being as stealthy as possible. It does lead over to this backstage area. There's a couple little drop downs as well, but one of the main ways to go is to this, what they call the backstage area. You can come back through here. There's even some poles to get back up here, so if you get behind the screen, you can use the poles to get up here. There's another pole over here. They're all just ways to get, up to this location, and eventually they all kind of pop out near the lobby hallways. So there's one pop out over here, and then you can even get down, and there's another little connecting area back here. So this also gets you. This just leads back up to the theater ceiling. So just some different ways to get over into the map, essentially, out of the spy spawn. A lot of people consider the theater overall just the spy spawn, pretty much, because there's a few ways to get into the main map from here. So this is the main entrance to lobby, but let's go ahead and take this ventilation area, which is this kind of little back area. If you are getting chased by a merc, there's a fire extinguisher to kind of help blind and cause a little cover there. And then it leads to this ladder, which kind of gets into the main vent system. So from here, there's a couple ways to go. So there's this left area, which leads to a vent over here, which we'll probably come back to in a second. And then there's another entrance through here into the lobby. And this will go right over to the second lobby area, or lobby 2 objective. So those are the two ways to go there. Before we go too much further, on the theater second level, there's this other little vent, and this just gets you right over to lobby 2 objective, but let's just go ahead and take a look at it as well, just to make sure you're familiar. So one exit pops out right here, pretty much right above the lobby 2 objective, and then if you just come around this way, it's just another vent opening that is pretty much in the same area. Comes right here. You can even see the exit for the other one right there. Just a couple ways to pop out into the second floor lobby. So good little vent to know coming from theater. I can definitely get some perspective there to be able to view Mercs, get some scouting done. If we come back to the back hall here, this is the second floor. Again, this is sort of like that little maintenance area. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the kind of top middle of this vent system. So if you climb this pole, and the second pole, this will get you up into the top of the second floor lobby area. So there's 3 poles that go across the lobby. So there's this center pole that's going to go directly across. You have cover kind of on both sides of the pole. And then there's a left side and a right side. So if we come over to the left side first, you can jump up onto these poles, pull your feet up, and make your way across. So that is the pole over here on the left side, and then similarly there's another pole over here on the right side. So let's actually just jump up onto this pole here, make our way across. Now we're going over the second floor lobby, just to give you context of where we're going. You are able to drop down, by the way, onto these little structures. So this is like right on top of the second floor lobby objective. You can get on top of there, or you can continue your way to the back of the map by getting across these poles here. So again, there's the 3 different ways across. We can even make our way back here just so you can see. So here's the center pole connection, and then if you keep coming, this is the other pole connection. So they all connect over to this same vent system. There is a little grate here, which let's just shoot a cam down in there. You can see this is right above the disc when you're above this vent system. And then let's make our way back to video games. So, oh, I'm getting turned around here. So if we keep going through here, there are a couple of ways to pop out. This is, right now I'm right above the disc, so you can pop out right here over the disc. And that's going to lead you back up here. Here's the disc itself. And then here's the other entrance into that vent system. There's little grates and things like that. You can even spot spies coming through the grates as a merc sometimes. One change they did make from the original version, there used to be some like vending machines on either side of this disc. So as a single spy, you could grab the disc, get up onto the vending machine, and get back into the vent system by yourself, and then make your way back to lobby. It was a little bit easy to do that. Oh, here's our cam that we can even pick it up. Pick it up. But now, if you want to do that, you're going to have to use a co-op move, which this is a co-op spot. So in order to get back up into the vents, you need to have your partner throw you back up into the vent system. So that's a little bit more balanced, I think. Let's check out some of the other vents that come from the lobby. Because a lot of this map is, as the spy, is trying to get to the back safely to be able to take the kind of rear 3 objectives. So let's go back down to, well, okay, so here's the, again, the poles. So we have 1, 2, 3 poles up here. And then let's go down to the bottom floor, and I just want to make sure that you know that there are 2 more poles down here. So there's a pole there, and a pole on the other side. So again, symmetrical. And you are able to jump into that vent system from here. So this is kind of like that main lobby hall entrance. So if you come around on this side, this is one way to get to the pole. You can come across. These do connect. There is this little kind of little window in the vent which allows you to see the lobby. So you are able to, you know, shoot out these motion sensors. You can go for cams if mercs are playing on the stairs, which a lot of them do. Things like that. So that's pretty useful. And then here's the other pole that you can get to. So another just useful way to get over to the back. Let's go ahead and pull our feet up and make our way again past the lobby. So as the merc, you're going to want to check these poles because as you can see, it is pretty dark for the spies to be able to make their way across. So you have to shine your flashlight up here and check these poles, both the bottom and the top poles, to make sure spies are not getting across the lobby too easily. We have another grate over here. We can shoot another camera And this is sort of the connecting area between video games and cafe, that little connecting hallway. So you can actually shoot cams down into here, or snares, things of that nature. So that is definitely useful to know as well. And then if we keep making our way back, this is going to pop out. So there's one pop out here right above the cafeteria. You do have to, again, be careful. There's a motion detector right here. And if we go over to the other side, this is going to get us back to video games. So there's a video games pop out as well. Again, we have a motion sensor. So there's actually two motion sensors on this side. There's one here and one here. And then we can look at the other ones by getting on top of this center structure in the back here, the entry structure. And there's actually some more motion sensors over here. So you have one over there. We have one over here, and there's actually on this side, there's a third motion sensor. So there's 3 on the cafe side and 2 on video game side. So just good to know that. Let's go ahead and get back to the lobby so I can show you the other sort of vent systems that get you to the back. So there's the poles, you know, again, 3 on top, 2 on the bottom. And then there's also these other kind of secondary vent systems. So again, just going back to the theater for context. So this is the theater, you know, coming from the first floor theater, coming in. There's that vent again that gets to the poles. And then on either side of the lobby, so there's one over here and there's one over here, these 2 different poles. These are separate vent systems, so let's go ahead and take this side first. Getting into ventilation. And this is also going to come through. There are some grates here that lead to that look down into the halls. And this is going to get us over to the cafe. So that is another way to get back into cafe. And then on the other side, we're just going to go ahead and backtrack really quickly here. And just go to the other side. And the other side has a pole as well. And this one's going to lead us to the video games side of things. So let's go ahead and just take this one, just so you know where this one pops out as well. But pretty symmetrical. You know, just 2 sides of the map here. And this goes right over to video games, which the objective on video games is towards the back. So this one's pretty close to the objective. Again, just got to be careful of those motion sensors. But that's another good way to go. And then we have this same kind of vent setup upstairs. So let's go upstairs. And let's just look at both of them again. So here's the first one. So there's one on this side and then one on that side. So same kind of setup, but upstairs. Now the way they pop out is different though. So let's go ahead and explore these couple vents here. Again, we have these grates, which you can, again, shoot a cam through. We can see where we are. It's that little hallway that leads back into Lobby 2. So you can kind of get some scouting information there if you ever wanted to do that. Or throw snares. That's pretty good to do as well. And then coming through here, you can see these vents pop out to a pole in the back of the map. So again, there's one on either side. And it's going to actually lead us to these kind of tall structures. You can even like hang upside down from here and try to go for cams and things like that. Not everyone does that kind of thing, but you can make your way down these structures. Right now we're in the very top of Cafe. So let's just go ahead and make our way down. But that's a good vantage point up there for protecting the disc player or just trying to cam Mercs in general. So that gets us over to, cafeteria. So let's go ahead and jump back over to the other side. And we can see that it is the kind of same thing. So you have another one of these big structures with the pole up there. So let's go ahead and do this in reverse. Make our way up. You can wall run up these structures and climb them. And they're kind of tiered like this to be able to climb. And then you can, again, pull your legs up and get into these vents. So you can make your way, to the front or the back using these little vent systems. So let's go ahead and just follow it all the way over. Kind of complete our little circuit here. Got those grates again to be able to look through and shoot through. And here we go. So now we're popped out by the second floor lobby objective. So again, just one on each side. So, pretty symmetrical map. You got your poles that go over on the top of the ceiling. You got your little vent poles on either side. And then, same thing on the bottom. So vent pole over here, and then the vent pole over there, and then you have the climbing poles over here and over here. So that's kind of what you're going to be looking for when you're trying to get to the back of the map. So that is pretty much the gist of the whole map there. If we're talking about a little bit of strategy, as the spies, you do want to avoid, just like with other maps, what they call shrinking the map by, say, taking Lobby 1 and Lobby 2 objectives. So if you take that and that, now all your objectives are going to be in the back. You're going to have Cafe, Video Games, and Disc all kind of in the back, so it allows the Mercs to camp the back with 2 Mercs instead of 1, which is going to be easier for the Mercs. So generally you want to take either Lobby 1 or Lobby 2 first, and then or try to get something from the back first. You don't want to, have all your objectives being in the back is kind of what I'm getting at there. As the Mercs, you do generally want to have one Merc kind of in the front lobby area. A lot of Mercs like to play these stairs because you can protect Lobby 2 over there. You can make this jump as a Merc and, protect the Lobby 1 as well. So one Merc can cover the lobby pretty well by using these stairs. You are a little susceptible to camera attacks when you're playing the stairs, so be careful about getting cammed if you're just playing these stairs, because there's a wall right here to get cams on, so you have to be a little careful of that. And then a lot of the time the second Merc is going to be in the back, and I would say more often than not people like to play Cafe as the Merc in the back, because Cafe has access to various objectives as well. So you'll have a Merc probably floating around this area, so they can protect Cafe. They can run this little hallway to frag the Video Games objective, and then they can also shoot frags up to the disc. If they see the spies going for the disc, they can frag up there as well. And then they're only a short jaunt over to Lobby 1. So, as the Merc, you don't have to hack this door. It just opens for you. So you can just pop yourself right over to the Lobby 1. You can hit a frag right here. And then if it gets really bad and say your partner gets cammed in Lobby 1, you can even run up the stairs to protect Lobby 2 as well. So that's kind of what you'd be looking to do. One other little change that they did make, there did used to be a co-op spot around here, which allowed the spies to bypass these doors without having to hack them. If they had their teammate with them, they did remove that co-op, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I guess, I can see why they did it for balance purposes. They're trying to make it so that these doors are really risk-reward, so that when you hack them, you're getting that hacking in progress prompt on the Mercs HUD and, revealing your position. So it makes it so that if you want to use these doors, you got to be risking something to be able to do that. Another thing you can do when you're grabbing the disc, just like other maps with doors, you can have your partner grab the disc. They can maybe use this vent system or something like that. And if you're able to have one of your have your spy partner hack open one of these doors, they can actually hold the door for you. So if they're grabbing the disc, you can just sit here and just kind of block the door for them, so that way the door stays open. They can make a quick run back to the capture point, which is just right over here for the top floor. So that's a pretty quick little run. So just a good little strategy. Again, all these motion sensors all over the map is a pretty big deal. So people do like to bring snares on this map, because you can basically trip off all the motion sensors, and it makes the motion sensors almost worthless when you're tripping off all the motion sensors in the level. So that's a pretty good strategy to do as the spies. Or you can do the more slow play and just be really slow and stealthy and not set off these motion sensors and make your way to objectives that way. So there's a couple schools of thought in that regard. You are also able to get up into these little structures which, these are pretty dark little areas. They have cover here, so you can get pretty good vantage points on trying to go for cams or even like little drop attacks and mechs from these structures. But be aware that if you are detected up here, a merc can just throw a frag up here and it's going to get corralled into these little walls here, so it's going to get you killed most likely if you stay in here once the merc has detected you. So just be careful of that. But yeah, that's pretty much all of Cinema, Enhanced Cinema. It's a pretty fun little map. It's a simple map. It's symmetrical, so it's pretty easy to memorize. It's not super complex or anything like that. Pretty good beginner map if you're just learning how to play. Another thing that I forgot to mention is just to be aware of is when the Spies start the match, a lot of the time the Spies will go for lobby 2 right away. Just the lobby 2 rush is a pretty common strategy because it's a quick run from the spy spawn. So Spies can spawn, come up here. They can either take the vent over there or just come through this hallway right to lobby 2, and a lot of the time both Spies will be double teaming this objective immediately. So Mercs should just be aware of that. You don't want to be caught putting down mines and things like that when the Spies are rushing lobby 2. So just be a little careful of that when you're playing as the Mercs. But yeah, that's Enhanced Cinema. And if you're liking these map tour videos, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next video.